Yeah, so what we had to do is change the suits from physical suits to
Hmm.
mental suits. You know what I'm saying? And so our different suits are mentorship, exposure,
Hmm.
entrepreneurship, and empowerment. And
Wow.
so that's what we do now. Now what we do is we connect communities. We go to communities that don't have jobs, and we connect them with communities that do have jobs.
There we go. That's huge, brother, and that's what we need in all the communities across the nation, man. And that's why
Right.
we want to talk to people like you, because you're a leader and you're making a difference out there.
Look on the Justice League. Batman is the only person on the Justice League who does not have a superpower, and yet he's the leader of the Justice League, right? One of them. Okay. So it's like, how do you get to this position? Well, mentorship, exposure, entrepreneurship, and empowerment. These were the things that we looked at that Batman had. Batman had mentorship. You know what I'm saying? He had his butler to help him. You know what I'm talking about? He had exposure. His family exposed him to things. He went places. Entrepreneurship. He was his own businessman. He was able to bring in his own resources, right? And then empowerment. His belt. The yellow belt was his power. That was my empowerment. I had everything I needed. You know what I'm fighting Superman? I got some Krypton right here.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Anything I'm doing, I got right here. So he was empowered. He empowered himself. So we decided to take that from the comic book theory and bring that to real life and introduce that to our neighborhood. And so through mentorship, exposure, entrepreneurship, and empowerment, we help people change their lives, build their brands, become entrepreneurs, and seek a better path.
Man, that's amazing how you took, from we watch it as a cartoon or watch it as an animated show, and you took that and started to see those different.
I would never see Batman the same way.
Yeah.
And what Suits for Judah does is we go out and we engage the communities. We kind of do canvassing. We ask people questions. We figure out what the needs of the community is, and then we try to help people. So we focus on 4 areas. We call it the ME, M-E-E-E theory. Mentorship, exposure, entrepreneurship, and empowerment. So we go out and we in our community, you know what I'm saying, we mentor people in our community, we expose them to different things. Through that exposure, we hope that they come up with ideas about entrepreneurship, things that they want to do in their life. So then we expose them to entrepreneurship, and through entrepreneurship, we hope that we empower them to make better life decisions, number 1, empower them to be owners, number 2, and number 3, empower them to go further and become as independent and as powerful as they can be.
Man, you said a whole book full right there, man. I'm like, yo, I gotta just say this right here, bro.
Chairman, before we get up out of here, there's one last thing I want to ask you. I just kind of want to bring it to your attention and to the world's attention also. There's an awakening going on in the world with us as black people, and especially with our knowledge and with us tapping into our legacy. With that being said, in Dallas, which is where I'm from, 1 in 6 of every Texas prisoner comes from Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, and South Dallas. Those are 3